This is one of my favorite events. You see all the smiles over here and all the fear over here on the left. Good morning. What a game. What a night for all of us. I hope everyone had a wonderful time. The game was just extraordinary, and there's so many people to thank on behalf of the NFL. And I want to start with the people of Minnesota who were just extraordinary in their hospitality. I don't think you could have done a better job as host of this event, and you brought it to a new level. And I hope everybody from Minnesota has a big smile on their face because you deserve it. And we're proud of you, and I hope you're proud of yourself. I'd like to thank the leadership that obviously made this happen. I'll start with the Wilf family. Over here to the left, Ziggy, Mark, and Lenny. Without them, without their leadership, the game would have never been awarded to this community. And then they worked so hard to put the right leadership in place. They deserve an extraordinary amount of the credit, and we're all grateful to them for their leadership. A second is the governor, who we had lots of negotiations over that beautiful stadium that we were in last night, and I hope that was an incredible amount of pride on this, creating an absolutely perfect stage for our game last night. And I think the stadium shone brightly last night. We thank you, Governor, for your leadership. And, of course, the host committee, Doug, Marilyn, and Richard are behind me, and Maureen. They have done an absolutely extraordinary job. You could not have done it any better with their leadership, pulling a very enthusiastic business community together, record number of volunteers, and you just you did a fantastic job of hosting us, and we're just grateful for your leadership, for the hard work. They're all exhausted, as they should be, but they deserve it, and they really have. Watching that game last night was a fitting cap to a really terrific experience and an effort. So we thank them, and we look forward to next year. But before we transition, we're going to give the people from Minnesota an opportunity to talk about the experience briefly and make sure that you understand the extraordinary work they did. And Maureen Bosch, was a leader on a day-to-day basis, so we're going to ask you to come to the podium. Congratulations.
Well, it seemed like only yesterday that we started the clock to the countdown to Super Bowl 52, and what an amazing year it's been, and leading up to the past 10 days. And we really had fun, and I hope you saw that in the execution. Our goal was simple: to showcase the real Minnesota and to host an unbelievable game. And the weather performed on cue. And you know what? This is as bad as it gets, and we're all still here, right? But when the temperature dropped, the crowds got bigger. When it snowed, they loved it. And with the help of Peter O'Reilly and the team from the NFL and all of our partners, we hope you enjoyed the event we created. From the first zip line over the Mississippi to Levi's epic jump on Saturday afternoon across Nicollet Mall, with the wonderful music of Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Super Bowl experience, I thought, was just absolutely fabulous. We know people had a good time, at least the guests did. Most important, we left a legacy throughout Minnesota in 52 communities. They will have something from this Super Bowl for years to come. So thank you, NFL, for getting us started on that, and Dana and team for taking us all the way. We'll compile all the facts and figures as soon as they're ready, but I know we broke some records. You saw the crowds. But most importantly, and thanks to our unbelievable Crew 52 volunteers, you came as strangers and you're leaving as friends. So thank you. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to our governor, who got it all started, Governor Mark Dayton.
Well, we promised bold north, and we delivered. And I don't know there'll be a lot of corporate transfers from Atlanta to Minneapolis after yesterday, but we showed what we do despite the weather or because of the weather. And I'm very proud of Minnesota. I want to thank the host committee, Richard Davis, Marilyn Carlson Nelson, and Doug Baker and Maureen Bosch together. Phenomenal. We couldn't have pulled this off without their dedication and effort. I want to thank the over 6,000 law enforcement officers, State Patrol, National Guard, who kept the area safe for everybody to enjoy, and the over 12,000 volunteers. Just a phenomenal turnout of volunteers who gave their time, got a few cold toes, but it made it possible for everybody to get around. And I guess there are over 100 of them at the airport right now helping people leave. So we're very, very proud. Commissioner Goodell, I want to thank you and the NFL for giving us this phenomenal opportunity, and we did our very, very best, and this is Minnesota we're very proud of. I want to thank the Wilfs. Wouldn't have to be in that phenomenal stadium last night and see it packed to the rafters. There's nothing like it anywhere in the world, and it wouldn't be here without all of you and your dedication. So with that, Mark Wilf.
Good morning. Thank you, Commissioner Goodell, Governor Dayton, Maureen, Richard, Doug, and Marilyn. Minnesota stepped up. On behalf of Ziggy, Lenny, our families, and the entire Vikings organization, we want to add our sincere gratitude and congratulations to this community and to the Minnesota Super Bowl host committee staff, leadership, volunteers, led by this amazing team that is here today. The 3-year journey of hard work and preparation paid off these last 10 days. Thank you to Commissioner Goodell and to our NFL partners for entrusting us and for allowing a Super Bowl to be played in this incredible community in U.S. Bank Stadium and in the Bold North. We're proud to be partners with the NFL and with the Minnesota business and community leaders who made Super Bowl 52 happen. I also want to add a special thank you this morning to the Vikings staff and our team leadership who worked very hard as a partner in this endeavor. We're also proud that U.S. Bank Stadium stood up tall on the world stage. Last night, the rest of the NFL and the rest of the world got to see why we're so excited about this stadium and what it means to our community and to our Vikings football team. I want to be sure to congratulate Jeff Lurie, his family, and the entire Philadelphia Eagles organization for their incredible season and their Super Bowl championship. Finally, I want to add our best wishes to the City of Atlanta, to Brett Daniels and the Atlanta Super Bowl Host Committee, and to Arthur Blank and the Atlanta Falcons organizations. The Vikings have turned the page, and we're already hard at work preparing for the 2018 season and to ensure that we represent the NFC in Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. Again, thank you all very much.
Good morning, everyone. I only wanted to add a brief personal note of thanks and gratitude to everyone from Minnesota who is assembled here today. Well done, team. We are extremely proud of the state of Minnesota and our communities of Minneapolis, St. Paul, Bloomington, and the entire region for rising to the occasion. We are proud of the Minnesota Super Bowl Host Committee and their partners who are also the Vikings partners. We are extremely proud of the Minnesota Vikings organization and football team, and we're proud of our stadium and the partnership that delivered us Bank Stadium. I want to give a skull to Minnesota. Skull. And I want to transfer that skull to Atlanta. Skull, Atlanta. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Richard Davis. On behalf of Doug, Marilyn, and Maureen, thank you. Thank you to all of us for allowing us to host this wonderful event. But thank you for engaging and for coming and celebrating and being a part of this Bold North. We had the chance to decide what to call this wonderful experience. Cold came to mind, and bold came out of it. And we thought this is a region of the world that a lot of people don't know a lot about, so we'll call it the Bold North and welcome you with open arms. There are only a few NFL franchises that have an entire region they're responsible for, and this for us was the state of Minnesota's way to celebrate and to welcome you to our home. And you indeed came, and you engaged, and you celebrated. There were a number of people asked us as we came to the end of this week if we felt bad about it ending. And as it turns out, when you go back to the original goal for this wonderful opportunity presented to us by the NFL, it was to showcase and to welcome people with an intent to bring them back. And indeed, that's what this entire year has allowed us to do. We've celebrated the entire state of Minnesota. We've engaged every single citizen in this wonderful state to be part of something bigger than we'll ever be again, and a chance to welcome you all with the intent to welcome you back. I have a warning, though. There will be no volunteers when you arrive home. They're going to stay here. They won't be there to welcome you. They won't be there in their blue-clad suits, welcoming you and taking you everywhere you need to go. But I want to call out two last thank yous. There really were over 10,000 volunteers. You can't choreograph 10,000 people to be as wonderful and as greeting as they were, but they were welcoming, and they were engaged, and they were proud. And I hope you take that part of the warmth along with the Bold North. And then I want to thank Maureen particularly and her staff of 32 people for 3 years to pull this together. There are thankless hours and efforts put together, but indeed, the crew that we really thank is Maureen and all of you who pulled this together. So, Commissioner, thank you for the privilege. Governor, thank you for the original call. And to the Will family, you are the best partners. This could not have been done in any way if we hadn't engaged from the very beginning. You are indeed our role models, and we're awfully proud to be part of you. And so to Dan and Brett and to the City of Atlanta, we're excited to be there for you. We'll be there with you, and we're looking forward to what wonderful things you'll do. And in all respects, this will be the Bold North, and we'll take you down to the proud South very soon. So thank you very much.
Okay, as we see all the smiles over here, we want to, again, thank Minnesota for a tremendous job. They will continue their smiles and reflection on a job incredibly well done, and we thank them one last time as we transition to Atlanta. So thank you. Thank you again. Thank you. Incredible job. You want them to stay? I guess you're going to stay. What is that going on? Mayor? Best of luck.
Thank you.
We're very proud of you. We're very proud of you. Everybody? Thank you. Dan? Right. Okay. Don't be taken by all the laughter.
We're enjoying this too much.